Moncrief on News Talk.
It's 6.52 centimetres tall and 14.5 centimetres wide. What I'm describing is Samantha Ramsdell's mouth, which is officially the biggest female mouth in the world. Samantha joins us now on News Talk. Good afternoon, Samantha.
Hello, how are you?
Not too bad. Now, you've always been aware that your mouth was on the large side, have you?
Yes. I always knew my mouth was big. Of course, I joke about how, I was bullied growing up and have, been called some names growing up in my life. But I didn't even think, I guess, to really apply for Guinness until TikTok and social media.
Right. You had a TikTok account and you were on TikTok. Were you doing things with your mouth specifically, or was it a range of activities?
I mean, kind of. So, I do some comedy and singing too. So, I would do these comedy videos where I do these crazy faces and make all these, funny type of distortions with my face. And time again, of course, I get these comments like, is that a filter? What filter are you using? Or, like, why is your mouth that big? And then, of course, I leaned into it and I do all these, funny challenges. Of course, people would, if your mouth's this big, how do you eat donuts? And, I do all these 1-bite challenges. And someone commented, here's the measurement now for the Guinness World Records. Can you measure and see how close you are? So, of course, I did a video measuring my mouth and I was really close. And basically a bunch of people just started tagging Guinness, and Guinness is big on social media, and they reached out to me like right around the start of this year.
Ah, right. Now, when you go through the process of having all this ratified by Guinness, is there a lot of paperwork? What's actually the procedure?
Yes. I think, a lot of people don't know how much work it is. I mean, it's like a 2-page document. Like, I think it was over like 30 things that I needed to supply them with. So I had to find the right type of dentist, / doctor that would do the measurement, and I had to send in all their qualifications. I had to get blood work done, and I had to prove from my doctor that I haven't had any surgery that would make my mouth, large, or, that would have changed the shape of my mouth. And, I had to get a certain digital caliper, like there was a certain instrument they wanted me to use. I had to get witnesses. It was like, it's a whole thing. There was months and months of back and forth. Yeah.
And in terms of it being the biggest, is you've the biggest mouth in the world, or female mouth in the world, when it's open? Does it have to be a particular shape?
Yes. Well, yeah. So, of course, there's a specific caliper that they use, and it is, so for vertically, for like top to bottom, it has to be on the teeth, and and obviously there's, it needs to be down to like the 0.01 centimeters. And then with width wise, so like horizontally, it can be with the, obviously just like the opening itself, like on the, the lips technically. But that's how they measure it. So, right. So, as big as you can open it. Right.
And the previous holder of this record, how much did you beat her by?
I think they had said that it was like 8 centimeters.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so obviously my width is extremely wide. If you see my mouth, I have a very wide.
Well,
vertically, mine's pretty long too, but I think together, the width plus the vertical, just makes my mouth insanely
right. Now, and just to, because obviously this is radio. I mean, I have looked at pictures of you, Samantha, and yes. when your mouth isn't open, you've just got like a regular mouth. It seemed to me. Now, when you open that sucker up, that's terrifying. But now, exactly. And do you know, are you double jointed in your chin or anything like that, as far as you know?
No, and it's funny, of course, I've asked my dentist and I've asked, other doctors if they've seen anything, or obviously I've gotten x-rays and stuff, and it's just, I think it's, if you see too, like the muscles in my face, are, I don't know if it's just like the muscles. I really don't know. It's kind of like, the eighth-year-old wonder. It is bizarre.
It is just one of those things. And I suppose, are you sick now of people on TikTok or wherever saying, can you fit this in your mouth? Can you fit that in your mouth?
No, no. That's just, obviously that comes with part of the territory of just being able to, come out and, flaunt my mouth the way I do. Obviously, there's an extent where it's like, if I have to hold my mouth open for like a long period of time, it's like, all right, like my neck gets sore, but
yeah.
It's all part of it, and it's fun. It's all fun, and I hope just at the end of the day, it can make people laugh and also inspire, other people who maybe feel like they look different or unique to just embrace what makes them different and special.
Yeah. And to give an idea, like you can fit an entire apple in your mouth. Would that be quite a comfortable fit?
Yes. Yeah. Apples. Yep. I can fit a whole apple in my mouth. I can do a whole orange. A couple people have seen I can do 3 donuts in my mouth at one time. 3 hamburgers, so a whole fry, a whole large fry. I can fit a whole large fry in my mouth. So I have a whole,
it was particularly, you can put your mouth over an entire wine glass, so you don't even have to
in a whole wine glass. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There is obviously
no hands.
You have to be a bit careful about, you might choke yourself as people challenge you to put increasingly large things in your mouth.
Yes. Well, funny enough, the larger items are better. It's like, I was doing at one point, like one person had asked me how many grapes I can fit in my mouth. And it's more with like those smaller things like that you have more of a tendency to choke, so sometimes I steer away from doing some of those smaller objects that might, sneak down and cause you to choke. Like grapes can be a little bit dangerous, but if it's like a big, donut or hamburger, those like I'm pretty smart about. Like I try not to push it to a limit where, I'm going to try and kill myself,
Yeah. Indeed. Is there any downside to this, Samantha, of having the world's biggest mouth? Do you spend more in dentally work, for instance?
Well, if anything, I feel like more dentists fight over me. I feel like I have better dental health care because I have dentists that reach out to me. I had a dentist in Florida that was like, I will pay you to fly to Florida to be your dentist,
Wow.
So if anything, I feel like I might have better dental health care. But honestly, no, other than, just the haters and the trolls of the world that, aren't fans of my mouth. That's probably, just the hate that I get for it. But other than that, it's
why would
healthy.
Anybody hate you for your mouth? That's weird.
Oh my God. You would be surprised.
Yeah.
People hate everything these days. It's like you can have a reason to hate everything. Of course I just get called, certain names. I get called a frog and then I look like a fish and, some people think it's gross, but whatever, to each their own. And, these days you never know. Everyone gets crazy.
I know. Yeah. So. People have just go around looking for things to hate. Samantha, congratulations to you. Have you heard of anyone else saying, no, I have a bigger mouth than that? Or are you under any threat?
I haven't. I have never met, and it's funny, obviously there is a male equivalent. So there is a male, but males, I think they, a lot of, for Guinness, they have most of their categories have a male and a female component just because, even just males in general have bigger mouths. Like the average size of a mouth, males just have a bigger mouth. So, obviously, the male equivalent, I've seen some males with big mouth, but I've never seen another female. And honestly, I hope there are, maybe there is another big mouth female out there. I'll feel a little less alone,
I'm sure there are. And I can hear the jokes being composed right now, actually, come to think of it. Samantha, thank you so much for speaking with us today. That's Samantha Ramsdell there, the Guinness World Record holder for the world's biggest mouth in a woman.
Moncrief on News Talk.